15 matches, 6 action-packed weekends. 2nd February to 16th March, live and exclusive on Dialog Now, channel number 1. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
I want to be the star of the show.
This is not how I wanted things to go.
For the 5-0.
Is my daughter in there?
Right.
Yeah, it's her.
There's been a complication.
New Hawaii 5-0.
Hey, partner. Big day for us, buddy. Jump!
You're invited to a new season of madness.
She's throwing us a last supper.
How to Get Away with Murder. Watch all series on the same day as the US. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
Now, no more fighting for one TV. Make every room in your home a TV room with a Dialog Television Home Bundle. Get your second Dialog Television connection for as little as 500 rupees a month with a saving of up to 50%. Dear customer, Dialog Television's broadcast service will be shifted to a new satellite in 4 phases during January and February 2019. Please note that it is mandatory that you keep the decoder switched on during the following periods in order to connect your decoder to the new satellite. 28th January 10 p.m. to 29th January 10 p.m. 6th February from 10 p.m. to 7th February 10 p.m. 17th February 10 p.m. to 18th February 10 p.m. 19th February 10 p.m. to 20th February 10 p.m. While regretting any inconvenience caused, we wish to assure you of our best services at all times and thank you for your patience.
What do I do for a living? I live for a living.
Way out in the wilds of Alaska.
Experience real-life adventures.
It's a completely life-changing experience.
Escape the ordinary.
You're just surrounded by mountains. You feel really tiny.
Got excited.
Great news for all you movie lovers. Now all Dialog Television View Hub customers will receive exclusive access to the Cinema World Movie Library. Watch international award-winning movies on demand for absolutely free till the 15th of August. Press the View button on your remote control to access Cinema World and video on demand. Visit www.dialog.lk/TV for more information. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
Okay, she's ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Impressive CV. But why do you want to work here?
Is your unlimited package limiting you? Be really unlimited with the largest network. Talk unlimited with more than 13 million Sri Lankans with Dialog. Dialog Blaster Unlimited, a range of monthly plans starting from 777 rupees. Dial #678# to convert your package or get a new connection. It's always been my dream to be a part of a blue chip company.
ஒரு நாள் இப்படித்தான் நான் இன்னைக்கு கதைக்கு வேற
ஹாய் சில நெட்வொர்க் அன்லிமிட்டட் சொன்னாலும் கதைக்கக்கூடியவர்கள் லிமிட்டடா. இலங்கை முழுவதும் பறந்து விரிந்துள்ள 130 லட்சத்துக்கு அதிகமான டயலாக் குடும்பத்தினருடன் லிமிட் என்று பேசுகிறீர்கள். டயலாக் பிளாஸ்டர் அன்லிமிட்டட் ரூபாய் 222 முதல் வாராந்த மற்றும் மாதாந்த பிளான்கள் செயல்படுத்திட #678# டயல் செய்யுங்கள்.
நீங்களும் மூவி பார்க்க வாரீங்க தானே?
Are you or someone you care about prone to heart-related illnesses? You can now rest easy with Avid Heart. Avid Heart lets you get a medical-grade EKG anywhere, anytime. Save a life and give yourself or loved ones peace of mind. Approved by the National Medicines Regulatory Authority. Avid Heart. Heart health at your fingertips. Purchase your Avid Heart device today for just 23,990 rupees and get a free My Doctor Couples package. Available at selected Dialog customer care centers island-wide. Dialog. The future today.
Warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ThePapare.com's live and exclusive coverage of the Dialog Champions League 2018. You're joining with us here from the Sugathadasa Stadium as we bring you coverage of the first game of today's doubleheader. Navy Seahawks taking on Colombo FC in the penultimate game of the Dialog Champions League 2018. I'm Ashwin Das and I'll be bringing you live and exclusive coverage of the Dialog Champions League penultimate game here today at the Sugathadasa Stadium. Navy FC have enjoyed a great run in this time's Dialog Champions League as Colombo FC and Navy, the two teams lining up in the tunnel, making their way onto the pitch. Joining me in the commentary box is Dinit Senaratne. Dinit, it should be a cracking game today.
I agree with you, Ashwin. These two teams have caused a lot of trouble for the other league toppers. Navy looking very strong this evening. No injuries, the players in full form. However, Colombo losing some of their key players early off. The last few matches weren't their games. The wins were secured, however, players did take certain tolls and damage. And with the AFC Cup coming along as well, I believe Coach Rumi is playing a very tactical game this evening.
Yes, the two teams shaking hands before kickoff. Should be an interesting game today. Colombo FC minus a few key players. Niran Kanishka among some of their key players rested today. As Navy Seahawks, of course, trying to finish the season on a high. They've had a stellar campaign this season, and we'll just have a toss to see which sides the team will line up. Navy, of course, in their traditional blue strip, and Colombo FC in their white strip today. We'll have a look at the team cards, starting with Navy Seahawks. Udayanga Reginald in goal, Nagur Meera, Nalaka Roshan, Chaturanga Sanjeeva, Madhuranga Pereira, Kanagaraja Sudarshan, Subhash Madhushan, Danushka Madhushankar, HP Kavinda, and Pereira and Asmir lining up for Navy today. Of course, today the main referee Dilan Pereira, one of Sri Lanka's most experienced referees, as he will definitely take charge of the game alongside Sanjeeva Premaral and referee Chaturanga. We'll have a look at the Colombo FC lineup in a bit. Colombo FC today minus a few key players. Of course, this will be a big game for them in the run-up to the AFC Champions Cup.
And the lineup for Colombo FC, we've got Ahmed Shazni, Siraj Zain, Dilan Kaushalya, Raumi Mohideen, Mohammad Fazal, Charita Ratnayaka, Bodrik Dimitri, Mohammad Ziapo, Mohammad Akib, Chalna Chamira and Mohammad Imran. Colombo, despite their injuries, have brought in their A-game players in this match. Coach Rumi will be playing quite an interesting game. Navy looking to lead up with an offensive game. We'll just have to see what Colombo FC has to offer.
Yes, and the Navy, they've had a really great season, and of course, key to them, Mohammad Asmir, Nagur Meera, as well as Chaturanga Sanjeeva, the skipper, who's played a crucial role for them in midfield this season, as he's been among the goals as well in Navy's run to this through the Dialog Champions League 2018. Navy Seahawks in blue will play from right to left of screen, but it will be Colombo FC in their white strip who will kick us off today. Today's first kickoff and they'll play from left to right as it's Mohammad Aqib who gets us going. The young Zahira forward as that pass is short, but Charith Ratnayaka is able to evade the attention of Mohammad Asmir and clear the ball. Be interesting to see how the pitch is. There have been a couple of games where it's just been a bit too dry, which has hindered the style of play that the teams like Colombo FC enjoy playing. Navy unable to make much progress down the flank. They want to throw in though. Taken long by Sudarshan. Once again, Charith Ratnayaka comes across to cover his right back.
What's very interesting about Navy's turn-up in this league is last year they couldn't get this far. They ended up 11th in the league. As we've spoken to the coach, he said they made a couple of changes. Their head coach, they've recruited a new, very experienced man, and that's Mr. Chandra Siri, known all over Sri Lanka as a Raja Master. And he says that's the reason Navy brought in a completely different game this season.
Fazal there with a few silky skills, and he's played it through to Dilan Kaushalya. One-on-one against Sudarshan. Looks for support, but it's given away carelessly. Intercepted as Navy once again win back possession of the ball. Jain Mamasiapo can shoot. Passes it to Dilan Kaushalya. Dilan goes wide, and the cross in is headed off target by Mamasiapo. First attempt of the game coming Colombo FC's way, but no real threat to the Angoriginals' goal.
I believe both teams are taking their time, easing into a certain tempo, trying to understand the gameplay of their rivals.
And that ball over the top is only just about dealt with by Madhuranga Pereira. Also, I think both teams will be going into this game with slightly different mindsets. Colombo FC, of course, their AFC Cup game is weighing on their mind. But for Navy, this is a chance to really show what they are made of. Win here could move them as high as second. As Mohammad Fazal's ball in is only partially cleared. Navy playing it short. Nagur Mira can't pick out his forward. Fazal now. It's the ball in a wide area, but can't dribble it in, and it's been given as a goal kick by ref Dilan Pereira. Reginald once again taking it short. Navy looking to build from the back. So it must be said, in today's lineup, there are players who played for both sides. Chalna Chamira from Colombo FC, of course, formerly off Navy, whereas Danushka Madhushankar, who starts today for Navy, has played for Colombo FC before. Here's Mohammad Asmir, making steady progress, crosses it into a good area. Opportunity. Chaturanga Sanjeev just unable to keep his shot on target. Good piece of build-up play by Navy Seahawks. Just the final effort off target from the skipper. Mamasiapo Rami Mohideen, who now plays in central defence for Colombo FC. Very versatile player. Reads the game well, which is why he's there. Asmir picks out Sudarshan. Here's Chaturanga Sanjeeva. Nalaka Roshan gets it under his control. Keeps possession of the ball. Danushka Madhushankar. Navy patient passing play, but it's been won back by Colombo. And Subhash Madhushan able to cushion a header to Madhuranga Pereira. As Navy eventually have to settle for a throw-in. Not much of a crowd at the moment, but we'll be building, and of course in time for today's second kickoff, Blue Star versus Army, which will decide the Dialog Champions League. They're expecting a big crowd from both teams and a great atmosphere here at the Sugadasa Stadium. Akib to Jain. He's back, and that pass has been intercepted. Here's Mohammad Asmir. Chaturanga Sanjeeva. Danushka Madhushankar returns it to his skipper, who's bundled over. Free kick for Navy in a dangerous position.
Chaturanga Sanjeev in his previous matches had a tendency to hold on to the ball a little too long. Hope he doesn't repeat the same mistake in this one. Mohammad Asmir looking fresh as ever. This young player with a lot of speed, a lot of agility backing him up. A definite force, a new addition. However, a very strong, versatile athlete. Balls of Colombo set up, and here's...
It's a great free kick from Nalaka Roshan there. He's one of the senior members of the team and really testing Mohammad Imran, who put his 6-foot-plus figure to full use in palming that ball over the crossbar. And Danushka Madhushankar to take the resulting corner kick, and cleared away by Momasiapo. Here's Mohammad Fazal now on the counter. It's been defended well, but Bodri Dimitri's picked up the ball, and Bodri Dimitri, he is known for his searing, holding the ball up on that occasion till support arrived, and Momasiapo is there for him. It's again fancy piece of skill by Momasiapo just to flick the ball away from the incoming Navy player. As Tilan De Silva realizes there's a player down and puts the ball out of touch. Looks like it's Nalaka Roshan who's down at the moment. That will be a big blow for Navy if it's anything serious. We've already seen him test the goalkeeper from that dead ball situation. And he was completely foxed by Momasiapo there. Colombo FC, of course, today they have a threat down the wings. Mohammad Fazal and Bodri Dimitri have caused problems for defenses right throughout the season, and it'll be interesting to see really how much they'll be willing to commit in this game, given the nature of the importance of the games that are yet to come for them later on this month. Two-legged AFC Cup tie against Transport United of Bhutan. Whereas for Navy, this will be their last competitive game for a while at least, as Subhash Madhushan returns the ball to Charita Ratnayaka. Raumi Mohideen can't quite pick out Fazal as Momasiapo wins it back. It's sloppy from Navy as here's Body Dimitri. He's attempted a cross but nearly causing some panic to Udayanga Reginald. No harm done in the end as the wavered cross drifts harmlessly wide of his goal.
Despite the inaccurate goal, Bodrik Dimitri, the way he let the ball slide by and crossing it over the defender to create an opener is a testament to the threat this foreign player brings.
Yes, definitely one of the most destructive players we've had in the Dialog Champions League the years gone past as well. Very potent threat in front of goal, and he always has that ability just to create a bit of space for himself in a tight area and get the shot away. Here's Dylan De Silva. Lovely ball to try and pick out Mohamed Akib inside the box, but good piece of defending by Madhuranga Pereira, coming across and intercepting. Jain. Back to Momasiapo. Dylan De Silva to Raumi Mohideen. Ball dinked in. Reginald comes and gathers comfortably. But his distribution is poor. Has gone wide and Navy forced into an early change. That's surely going to be a big blow for them, as Nalaka Roshan cannot continue anymore, and it's Nirmal Vijayatunga who's in to replace him. Of course, another experienced player, but slightly more of a forward than a midfielder, and he'll be playing a different role to what Nalaka Roshan could have done, as that injury to the former skipper, a real blow to Navy undoubtedly so early in the game.
What's sad to see is how much of a backward blow Colombo had to go through. Some of their key players, Bodrik Dimitri, Momasiapo, Chalna Chamir as well as Suraj, are strapped up this evening for the game. Early encounter also showed us that Momasiapo as well as Bodrik Dimitri are playing quite a slow-paced game compared to their previous matches. Nonetheless, they don't seem to be flaunting despite their injuries. And here's Colombo looking for a cross in. Dodged off well by the Navy defense. Not even close to Reginald to cause trouble.
Great play by Dylan Kaushalya there. His cross, crucial touch from Madhuranga Pereira, because Body Dimitri was coming in at the far post and would have been a simple finish for a player of his caliber. But that defensive header taking the ball away from the onrushing forward. Out for a corner kick as Dimitri will take it. Has just about cleared away. Nirmal Vijayatunga now. Danushka Madhushankar, good piece of play so far. Danushka Madhushankar can't outrun Jain there. doing his defensive duties well as Colombo FC get the throw-in. Certainly one of the faster players on the pitch. Former Colombo FC man.
The young man Asmir, who usually plays a left wing forward game, seems to have moved on to a little bit of midfield play. Coach Chandrasiri definitely having something up on his sleeve, trying to outsmart this Colombo defense.
Possibly the injury to Nalakur Roshan forcing a bit of a tactical shuffle. Nirmal Vijayatunga now looks to be the player furthest forward. Dilan De Silva. Chaturanga Sanjeeva now. Asmir back to Sudarshan. Danushka Madhushankar. Chaturanga Sanjeeva can't pick out Nirmal Vijayatunga on that occasion. As Colombo FC back in possession. Here's Dilan. It's a poor pass. Could have done better there to pick out Fazal. But Subhas Madhushan makes a bit of a mess with that clearance. As Ahmad Shazni will take the throw-in. Just a bit too much on that cross from Fazal for Dimitri to get on the end of.
I genuinely thought the injury onto Dimitri's hamstring would have hindered his performance, but whenever a cross is delivered, we can see Dimitri right on the spot. It's just that the cross is off target. Here's Navy on a good solid run and opener for Asmir. Just couldn't lay it in right. The ball moved up a little too fast there for Asmir to control it and nail that one in.
Fantastic piece of skill down the wing by Nagur Mira. Creating that opportunity, getting round the defense. But it wasn't the easiest of finishes, it must be said. And Mohammad Asmir just unable to get the shot on target. Here's Body Dimitri at the other end. It's been missed. Dilan hooks it back into a dangerous area. But Colombo FC get it clear. Here's Danushka Madhushankar, who's looked very lively today. Goes wide to pick out Asmir, who has beaten his man. Jain just sucked into it and the cross is played right across the box, but foul called on Mira for handball.
Speaking of Nagur Mira, this man has been the leading scorer for Navy. However, over the last couple of games Navy has had, Mira was not up to his usual performance. Mira played quite a relaxed game throughout. He needs to bring in that pace that named him the key player for Navy. This is probably the final game Navy will play for quite a while, so, and this is one they definitely have to win if they want to end up at least in third place of the league.
Another incentive for Nagur Mira to perform is, of course, he did play for Colombo FC a couple of seasons ago as well, so he has a point to prove against his former club. As Umar Asmir gets to his feet after that challenge. Here's Danushka Madhushankar. Pass is rather wavered. Body Dimitri picks up the ball. But ends up fouling. And it's Carvin, the player who's down. Nothing serious. Back on his feet as an attempt to take the free kick quickly has backfired against Navy. Colombo FC awarded with a free kick.
Colombo FC with a short free kick attempt. And here's Asmir on the attack for Navy. Leading it over through the left flank. Beautifully controlling the ball. Outsmarting the defense. Momaziapo right on his tail. Colombo dodged it over the danger zone. Navy making a couple of desperate attempts. Flicked over by the Colombo defense. Colombo did look lively on that play.
Mohamed Fazal's control just letting him down at the final moment as Danushka Madhushankar picks up the ball and drives into a dangerous area. Loses possession and goes to ground, looking at the referee rather hopefully. But there's no fooling Dilan Pereira. There's Fazal. Back to Dilan Kaushalya. Momaziapo. Fazal. Ratnayaka. Rami Mohideen. Ahmad Shazni to Fazal. He's picked out Momaziapo, who has the ball in the back of the net, but the linesman has his flag up on this near side. And the goal won't count. It was right in front of us and looked offside for all money. Fazal just hesitating to dink that ball over the top, and in that split second Momaziapo was caught offside. This time foul given against Charita Ratnayaka. Just a bit eager to win that header. As ball chipped in, cleared away. Colombo FC back in possession. Body Dimitri looks for a long ball towards Fazal. Runs all the way through to the younger Reginald. Here's Danushka Madhushankar just holding on to the ball a bit too long. Could have threaded Nagur Mira through, but opted to hold on to it and run the ball as Mohammad Aqib has brilliantly got past two men. In the end, great covering tackle by Pereira as Navy just about survive. Momaziapo. Is it wide to Chalna Chamira? Body Dimitri. Cheeky attempt there. But the ball had drifted out of play before Chamira got the cross in. Looked pretty tight from where we were seated, but the referee is given a goal kick. Colombo FC is slowly showing Their attacking prowess, working the ball well down the wings. Good play once again by Tilan Kaushalya to prevent Navy from completing that forward pass. Asmir to Dhanushka Madhushankar, looking for options, picks out Chaturanga Sanjeeva, goes back to Subhash Madhushan, Madhuranga Pereira, Nagur Meera, Kavinda, Chaturanga Sanjeeva gets it back, but his follow-up pass to Muhammad Asmir goes over the winger and out for a throw. But both teams showing that when they want, they really can hold on to the ball well.
Do agree with you, Ashwin, on that one, but this is a game where Navy has to solidify a win. And in terms of keeping offensive possession, Navy has done just what we expected. But they need to start closing the deal early enough as Navy looks to make a crossing. Evaded well by the Colombo defense. Not causing any trouble to Imran. I believe it's the first half of the game where Navy can make a statement as they looked in for a crossing straight onto the hands of Imran. Not much of a trouble causing attempt there.
Subhash Madhushan heads back to Reginald, who was clattered into by Muhammad Aqib. Navy goalkeeper didn't quite appreciate that. Here's Nagur Meera chases down the cross from Asmir. However, can't pick out a teammate. Colombo FC put the ball out as Muhammad Aqib is down. And he will require some medical attention. It's been a bit of a quiet first half, no clear-cut chances for either team. Seen a lot of patient passing and nice build-up play, but no real end product in it.
Yes, Ashwin. And this man, Mohammad Aqib, who's down for the count, has been a leading striker for Colombo. He's one of the few players who's showed an attacking mindset, and he's down and out for the moment. I believe he's got a cramped up leg.
I think safe to say priority for Colombo in this game is just not to pick up any more injuries. As play looks like it's going to resume, and Muhammad Aqib looks like he'll be able to continue.
The AFC Cup is definitely running on the minds of their coach Rumi, as well as each and every player who's up on the field this evening. And as you've said, injuries is not something they can risk at this stage, but they cannot choose to stay silent either. Navy is a strong full-time football playing team, and Colombo, a group of youngsters as well as veteran players who work as well as play football. We'll just have to see if it's experience or pure practice that'll take the win this evening. Colombo with a throw in off the left flank.
Younger Reginald leaps well to gather that one. Sets Navy on their way. Chaturanga Sanjeeva. Kavinda. Now Sudarshan. Nirmal Vijayatunga picks out Mohammad Asmir with some great skill. And Mohammad Asmir. Navy have the ball in the back of the net, but offside called against Asmir. I thought Vijayatunga maybe should have spun and shot. Maybe just slightly overcooking the play. And ends up with one of their players being caught offside.
Throughout the game, the Navy front linesmen have been in sync. Asmir, Madhusang as well as Meera. But on that play, they kind of had a bit of slacking off and not really reading where their rival team's players were. Getting caught offside is not something they'd want. As Subhash Madhushan went for a big blow up field, however, it's moved out.
Keep can't pick out a teammate as Navy really unable to get a firm counter-attack started either. Kavinda to Chaturanga Sanjeeva. Looks long for Mohammad Asmir. That's a great ball from Chaturanga Sanjeeva to pick out the winger. Here's Asmir. Gets into the area. Mohammad Asmir just unable to really clear the ball, and that's a heavy tackle on Charita Ratnayaka. Nirmal Vijayatunga, the culprit. Sliding in on the Colombo FC centre back, and that is an area they are short of players of experience. Charita Ratnayaka by far their most consistent centre back. Raumi Mohideen is a bit of a makeshift centre back. Reads the game well, and his distribution is good. However, he is lacking in pace, which is what Charita Ratnayaka is there to compensate for. And it will be a huge blow if the former Pelicans man can't continue. Card still in the pocket of referee Dylan Pereira. Hasn't seen the need to show anyone a card for the moment. He has the game under control, and to be fair, haven't been any persistent fouling or really poor challenges. As Colombo FC will now get things going once again. But only after referee Dylan Pereira says it's okay. So here we go. Raumi Mohideen bring the ball out of defense. And Chalna Chamira winning a throw. Mohammad Aqib, great skill once again. And a slight tactical change as Bodhi Dimitri has been moved to the right, with Dylan Pereira shifted to the left. Masiapo to Mohammad Fazal. He has company and is unable to retain possession of the ball. Kavinda has done well to win the ball back. Danushka Madhushankar now battles well against Momasiapo, but Mohammad Fazal is there to pick up the scraps and win back possession for Colombo FC. Picks out Bodhi Dimitri. Up against Sudarshan. Fazal can't get past Kavinda. Here's Nirmal Vijayatunga. It's a poor pass, especially as Navy were looking to capitalize on the counter-attack. Subhash Madhushan dealing well against the threat of Mohammad Fazal. Mohammad Aqib has dropped slightly deeper and he's picked out Body Dimitri. He can shoot very well with his left as well. It was a crucial block from Sudarshan. Nirmal Vijayatunga and Mohammad Asmir not quite on the same wavelength. Charita Ratnayaka wins the ball back for Colombo FC. Fazal looking for movement ahead of him, found nothing. And Chalna Chamira there. Of a petulant tackle, if you might call it, against Mohammad Asmir. Probably out of frustration that the winger wriggled away from his attention.
Colombo definitely marking their players well, however. Asmir is a threat, and I believe Colombo has taken note of this factor, as there were two men defending him on the run there, as Colombo looks to breathe some life in. Bodri Dimitri with a challenge.
Sudarshan there having a word with a stern telling off from referee Dilan Pereira for that handoff to Body Dimitri. And just off screen, Charita Ratnayaka also just having a word with the Colombo FC physio. Only 8 minutes to half time as Body Dimitri stands over this free kick. It's in a promising position. Can he deliver dangerous ball in? It's towards Momasiapo, but just over him. And it'll be nothing more than a goal kick for Navy.
You look close enough, you can see how Bodri Dimitri's left leg is strapped up. Couldn't really curve the ball well enough as he might have done, and delivered justice if he was uninjured. However, he needs to stay safe as well as provide power in this game. Tough to see some of your toughest players, to be precise, Yapo as well as Dimitri, not playing their usual game. But here's Dimitri with another run-up.
Good marking once again there from Sudarshan, who's so far been able to keep Body Dimitri in check. He will now go across to take this corner kick. Delivery is long and it's fallen to Fazal. Mohammad Aqib left it for a teammate, however there was no one there, and it's recycled back to Body Dimitri. Space for Charita Ratnayaka. Oh, his control letting him down just as he was looking to get a shot off. Goal kick to Navy once again. Just 5 minutes to go in this first half. I think both teams be looking to show a bit more in terms of attacking threat in the second half. As, overall, I think Colombo FC may have just edged this, but still they have nothing to show for it and no clear-cut chances as yet. Here's Mamasiapo. Bodri Dimitri. Curls across in. Navy get it away. Here's Fazal. Momas. Navy winning the ball back, and now they have numbers on the break. Mohammad Asmir charging forward. Crucial intervention there from Jain to prevent his cross going through across the box. It's not for the first time. MS Jain bails out Colombo FC.
I thought it was going to be Asmir who would be the fastest player moving into this game. However, Jain with a solid run-up, challenging Asmir well. I guess Colombo has an answer for this danger man.
Mohammad Fazal just seconds ago going for goal, but not really threatening. Madhuranga Pereira to Subhash Madhushan. Sudarshan. Asmir. Nagur Mira also finding himself on the left side of the pitch, but unable to keep the ball in play. Could be interesting to see what tactical changes, if any, Navy make to try and make the most of their counter-attacking plays, as the younger Reginald comfortably gets behind that cross from Dhiran Kaushalya.
Navy will definitely have to up their game and make a statement right about now, because we are under 5 minutes of regulation time on the clock. Navy promised a full-on offensive game. We did see good offensive possession, but not offensive closing. And here's Mira. Well challenged by the Colombo defense. Moves it up for Dimitri. And it was Sudarshan who was leading that play. Holding on to Bodri's side, as Subhash Madhushan this time delivers
terrible pass from Kavinda, just gifting possession back to Colombo FC. Rami Mohideen to Jain. Charita Ratnayaka. Masyapo to Fazal. Back to Ratnayaka. Raumi, beautiful ball to pick out Dhiran Kaushalya's corner is just about prevented. Long throw into the box. Danushka Madhushankar not clearing it properly, but makes amends by dispossessing Fazal. Asmir unable to get round Jain once again, as we'll have 2 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. have been a couple of stoppages for injury. As opportunity for Colombo here, but a poor pass by Mohammad Aqib. Should have tried to pick out Fazal, who was on the right, instead of returning it to Dilan Kaushalya. Chaturanga Sanjeeva puts it out of touch as Dilan Kaushalya once again needs some medical attention.
It hasn't been Navy's game so far. Their hopes, their dreams of scoring an early goal of the first half of the game denied thus far. They've still got a minute and a couple of seconds left to perhaps score a goal and move into half-time, the happier team. Asmir, Madhusankar and Meera, the three front linesmen for Navy. They've gotten possession several times, but couldn't really read the help well enough. Couldn't create a good coordinated play. Perhaps this short injury break could knock some sense into these players, and they'll perhaps bring in different life. It'll be Reginald kicking things off for Navy.
As referee Dilan Pereira brings to end the first half in what has been first half where neither the Seahawks nor Colombo FC have really thrown the kitchen sink at each other. They've been reserved in their play, focusing a lot on the build-up, but not really willing to take that chance with the risky pass in the final third, as both teams enjoying good spells of possession, but no goals to show for it. Colombo FC had a couple of chances. Podri Dimitri was well marked though, and Navy also, the likes of Danushka Madhushankar, Nagur Meera, they looked lively, but just no end product from the front lines of either team. Hopefully the two coaches will have a word with their players and we'll be able to see a more attacking game plan in the second half. But do join us again in 15 or so minutes as we bring you live action of the second half of this penultimate game of the Dialog Champions League 2018.
Six Nations Rugby 2019. 50 matches, 6 action-packed weekends. 2nd February to 16th March, live and exclusive on Dialog Now, channel number 1. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
I want to be the star of the show.
This is not how I wanted things to go.
For the 5-0.
Is my daughter in there?
Right!
Yeah, it's her.
There's been a complication.
New Hawaii 5-0.
Hey, partner. Big day for us, buddy. Jump!
You're invited to a new season of madness.
She's throwing us a last supper.
How to Get Away with Murder. Watch all series on the same day as the US. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
fighting for one TV. Make every room in your home a TV room with a Dialog Television Home Bundle. Get your second Dialog Television connection for as little as 500 rupees a month with a saving of up to 50%. Dear customer, Dialog Television's broadcast service will be shifted to a new satellite in 4 phases during January and February 2019. Please note that it is mandatory that you keep the decoder switched on during the following periods in order to connect your decoder to the new satellite. 28th January 10 p.m. to 29th January 10 p.m. 6th February from 10 p.m. to 7th February 10 p.m. 17th February 10 p.m. to 18th February 10 p.m. 19th February 10 p.m. to 20th February 10 p.m. While regretting any inconvenience caused, we wish to assure you of our best services at all times and thank you for your patience.
What do I do for a living? I live for a living.
Way out in the wilds of Alaska.
Experience real-life adventures.
It's a completely life-changing experience.
Escape the ordinary.
You're just surrounded by mountains. You feel really tiny.
Got excited.
Great news for all you movie lovers! Now all Dialog Television View Hub customers will receive exclusive access to the Cinema World Movie Library. Watch international award-winning movies on demand for absolutely free till the 15th of August. Press the View button on your remote control to access Cinema World and video on demand. Visit www.dialog.lk/TV for more information. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
Okay, she's ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Impressive CV. But why do you want to work here?
Is your unlimited package limiting you? Be really unlimited with the largest network. Talk unlimited with more than 13 million Sri Lankans with Dialog. Dialog Blaster Unlimited. A range of monthly plans starting from 777 rupees. Dial #678# to convert your package or get a new connection.
It's always been my dream to be a part of a blue chip company.
ஒரு நாள் இப்படித்தானா இன்னைக்கு கதைக்கவே இல்லை
ஹாய் சில நெட்வொர்க் அன்லிமிட்டட் சொன்னாலும் கதைக்கக்கூடியவர்கள் லிமிட்டடா. இலங்கை முழுவதும் பறந்து விரிந்துள்ள 130 லட்சத்துக்கு அதிகமான டயலாக் குடும்பத்தினருடன் லிமிட் என்று பேசுகிறீர்கள். டயலாக் பிளாஸ்டர் அன்லிமிட்டட் ரூபாய் 222 முதல் வாராந்த மற்றும் மாதாந்த பிளான்கள் செயல்படுத்திட #678# டயல் செய்யுங்கள்.
நீங்களும் மூவி பார்க்க வாரீங்க தானே?
Are you or someone you care about prone to heart-related illnesses? You can now rest easy with Avid Heart. Avid Heart lets you get a medical-grade EKG anywhere, anytime. Save a life and give yourself or loved ones peace of mind. Approved by the National Medicines Regulatory Authority. Avid Heart. Heart health at your fingertips. Purchase your Avid Heart device today for just 23,990 rupees and get a free My Doctor Couples package. Available at selected Dialog customer care centers island-wide. Dialog. The future today.
ක්‍රීඩා පුවත් සිංහලෙන් www.thepapare.com වෙබ් අඩවියට පිවිසලා සිංහල භාෂාව තෝරාගන්න. ක්‍රිකට්, රග්බි, පාපන්දු, වොලිබෝල්, මලල ක්‍රීඩා, පැසිපන්දු විතරක් නෙමෙයි වෙනත් ක්‍රීඩා සහ විශේෂාංග ලිපි උනත් ThePapare සිංහල තුලින්. ඇයි අපේ වීඩියෝ පිටුව ක්‍රීඩාව හා සම්බන්ධ දහසකුත් එකක් වීඩියෝ, සම්මුඛ සාකච්ඡා, ඒ වගේම ඇසිදිසි, රග්බි පිටියේ කතා, ස්පෝර්ට්ස් මසාලා වගේ සතිපතා ජනප්‍රිය විශේෂාංග නරඹන්න. ඔබේ පරිගණකේ ටැබ් එකේ එහෙමත් නැත්නම් ස්මාර්ට්ෆෝන් එකෙන් ලබා ගන්න ඔබට ලේසියෙන්ම පුළුවන්. ThePapare සිංහල ක්‍රීඩා පුවත් ඩිජිටලීකරණය.
Six Nations Rugby 2019. 15 matches, 6 action-packed weekends. 2nd February to 16th March, live and exclusive on Dialog Now, channel number 1. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
I want to be the star of the show.
This is not how I wanted things to go.
For the 5-0.
Is my daughter in there?
Right!
Yeah, it's her.
There's been a complication.
New Hawaii 5-0.
Hey, partner. Big day for us, buddy. Jump!
You're invited to a new season of madness.
She's throwing us a last supper.
How to Get Away with Murder. Watch all series on the same day as the US. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
Now, no more fighting for one TV. Make every room in your home a TV room with a Dialog Television Home Bundle. Get your second Dialog Television connection for as little as 500 rupees a month with a saving of up to 50%. Dear customer, Dialog Television's broadcast service will be shifted to a new satellite in 4 phases during January and February 2019. Please note that it is mandatory that you keep the decoder switched on during the following periods in order to connect your decoder to the new satellite. 28th January 10 p.m. to 29th January 10 p.m. 6th February from 10 p.m. to 7th February 10 p.m. 17th February 10 p.m. to 18th February 10 p.m. 19th February 10 p.m. to 20th February 10 p.m. While regretting any inconvenience caused, we wish to assure you of our best services at all times and thank you for your patience.
What do I do for a living? I live for a living.
Way out in the wilds of Alaska.
Experience real-life adventures.
It's a completely life-changing experience.
Escape the ordinary.
You're just surrounded by mountains. You feel really tiny.
Got excited.
Great news for all you movie lovers. Now all Dialog Television View Hub customers will receive exclusive access to the Cinema World Movie Library. Watch international award-winning movies on demand for absolutely free till the 15th of August. Press the View button on your remote control to access Cinema World and video on demand. Visit www.dialog.lk/TV for more information. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
Okay, she's ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Impressive CV. But why do you want to work here?
These
is your unlimited package limiting you? Be really unlimited with the largest network. Talk unlimited with more than 13 million Sri Lankans with Dialog. Dialog Blaster Unlimited. A range of monthly plans starting from 777 rupees. Dial #678# to convert your package or get a new connection.
It's always been my dream to be a part of a blue chip company.
ஒரு நாள் இப்படித்தானா
இன்னைக்கு கதைக்கவே இல்லை.
ஹாய். சில நெட்வொர்க் அன்லிமிட்டட் சொன்னாலும் கதைக்கக்கூடியவர்கள் லிமிட்டடா. இலங்கை முழுவதும் பறந்து விரிந்துள்ள 130 லட்சத்துக்கு அதிகமான டயலாக் குடும்பத்தினருடன் லிமிட் என்று பேசுகிறீர்கள். டயலாக் பிளாஸ்டர் அன்லிமிட்டட் ரூபாய் 222 முதல் வாராந்த மற்றும் மாதாந்த பிளான்கள் செயல்படுத்திட #678# டயல் செய்யுங்கள்.
நீங்களும் மூவி பார்க்க வாரீங்க தானே?
Are you or someone you care about prone to heart-related illnesses? You can now rest easy with Avid Heart. Avid Heart lets you get a medical-grade EKG anywhere, anytime. Save a life and give yourself or loved ones peace of mind. Approved by the National Medicines Regulatory Authority. Avid Heart. Heart health at your fingertips. Purchase your Avid Heart device today for just 23,990 rupees and get a free My Doctor Couples package. Available at selected Dialog customer care centers island-wide. Dialog. The future today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ThePapare.com's live and exclusive coverage of the Dialog Champions League 2018. You can see the aerial view of the Sugadasa Stadium as Colombo FC and Navy FC in their team huddles before the start of the second half. It was a rather dull first half, to put it bluntly. Colombo FC and Navy both focusing more on build-up play, but no real end product for either team as the teams failed to score a goal. Of course, neither of the teams in contention for that wonderful trophy, Dialog Champions League trophy 2018. Colombo FC losing 2 defenders in the previous round and Navy losing to Mathura City as both teams will play for the second runner-up and 4th place positions. Navy will kick us off for the second half, playing from left to right of screen as soon as Colombo FC are done with their team huddle. Joining me in the commentary box once again is Dinit Senaratna. Dinit, what changes do you think need to be made by both teams to find the back of the net in this second half?
Well, the team that needs to get a couple of points up ahead is Navy. I believe the coach definitely had a word with them because they started it off a very powerful offensive game. That was the promise they gave us, but we haven't seen much of a good offensive finishing by Navy, so I'm pretty sure Navy will probably be bringing a new phase in the second half of the game. And in terms of Colombo, they played almost their regular game through the first half. It's the second half that they usually power up and choose to reach the back of the nets. So we'll just have to see what Colombo will also be bringing.
Dilan Kaushalya on the deck once again. He's really struggled in this game, and let's hope he can continue, though seems unlikely. Colombo FC have options on the bench. They may choose to put him out of his misery and make a change.
In terms of bench top players, Colombo does have a strong lineup. Even Zarouan Johar is also benched up. I'm guessing Coach Rumi is either saving him up for the AFC Cup or saving him for the final few minutes of this second half. Bodri Dimitri trying to drive it towards the goal.
Masiapo comes away with it, but Shazni has lost possession and Navy are back on the ball. Manushka Madhushankar just can't get round his man, and Colombo FC run the ball out of play so they can finally bring their substitute on. As Dilan Pereira gets the word that Colombo FC have indeed replaced Dilan Kaushalya, and the man replacing him is Safran Satar. Once again, throw for Navy. Taken long and dealt with by the Colombo FC defense. And the clearance taking a touch off the Navy player, which means they will get the throw as well. Madhuranga Pereira picks out Nagur Mira. Chaturanga Sanjeeva. Sudarshan. As ball deflected to Nirmal Vijayatunga, but it came at an awkward height, so he couldn't really bring it down under his control. And that long ball for Fazal cleared away by Subhash Madhushan, and Bodri Dimitri hacks carving the down and becomes the first player to go into the referee's book tonight. It was a cynical challenge on the Navy midfielder. As Bodri Dimitri picks up the game's first yellow card.
Seeing a lot more movement in this second half of the game compared to the first half. The players are up running with a solid stride. Not really sure at which point it will actually turn out to be like the second half, where we won't be seeing any closes. Let's just hope that things won't fall down the same fate.
Colombo FC once again just not enough on that pass. It's put out of touch by the Navy defender. Navy get the ball clear. Here's Danushka Madhushankar, but Rami Mohideen slides in, taking the ball away from the former Colombo FC man. Yapo to Shazni, the fancy turn. Ball played long towards Bodri Dimitri. Keeps the ball in, but good defending from Pereira to hold up Colombo FC's key winger. And once again, just both teams feeling each other out without really committing too much in terms of bodies forward. Chalna Chamira, he's had a quiet game. There's Colombo FC work a shot, and it's palmed behind by Udyanga Reginald. Good build-up play. The final attempt coming from the substitute Chalna Chamira. They are creating it on the wing. Shazni playing it on for Satar. Shot just palmed behind by Udyanga Reginald. Body Dimitri to take the corner kick, and it's cleared away. Second ball in, back towards Dimitri. Navy get the ball away once again, and they are on the counter. Danushka Madhushankar has bodies forward. Attempt from range by Azmir, off target, but that was a good break from Navy. They had bodies forward. Just the final decision to shoot from Azmir, probably not the best.
The trio, Madhusankar, Meera as well as Azmir connected well on the previous play, and just not the wisest of decisions in terms of passing as well as their finishing move. We just have to see if the trio figures something out once again and manages to connect as this goal kick is awarded in favor of Colombo. It's Meera on the run. Azmir lead in the left flank, who receives the ball well, goes for a huge stride, causing no trouble at all to Imran.
Much better from Navy though. They're getting their shots off, which was what they were unable to do in the first half. Mohammad Azmir finding a bit of space, and suddenly they are not afraid to shoot anymore. So surely, if they keep this up, they'll cause a few problems to Imran's goal. As they say, you need to buy a ticket to win the lottery. Maybe certainly need to take more shots if they are to score a goal.
But speaking of the last play, not really sure if it was Azmir that created space or if it was Colombo's defense that was slacking. Colombo players do seem to be playing under a little bit of fatigue compared to Navy.
Mamasiapo. Charita Ratnayaka. Chalna Chamira. Triples inside and loses possession. This could be costly for Colombo FC. Tanushka Madhushankar, I beg your pardon, Azmir just can't get the cross in. And Colombo FC will put the ball out as they have a player down. Looks like it's Jain, the player who's already has a lot of strapping on his hamstring. Let's hope it's nothing serious. And while he receives medical treatment, let me just remind you of tonight's second kickoff. It's the big game, the title decider between Blue Star and Army Defenders. Blue Star need only a draw to secure their second Dialog Champions League title, whereas a win will give Army title they have looked like winning for a long time, but just unable to do it. They've lost to Colombo FC in the final game week a couple of years ago, but this time they're up against Blue Star, and a win will give them their second title. They've been runners-up twice. That game will kick off at 8 p.m. Again, this is the injury to Jain. Just lost the ball and went down. Lovely through ball. Asmir able to keep it in, but it's cleared away by Shazni, who's covering for Jain at the moment. And it doesn't look like Miss Jain will be able to continue. Colombo FC have a sub warming up, and it's Zarwan Johar. And it looks like Jain will need a stretcher to be carried off, but play is continuing, and a poor cross by Asmir on that occasion. Zarwan Johar, who is certainly a talent, but has struggled to make his way into the Colombo FC lineup as he replaces MS Jain. So another tactical shuffle, as we all know Zarwan Johar is more of a attacking minded player, because that substitution enforced by injury, as Tanushka Madhushankar can't dribble past Raumi Mohideen. Fazal trying to pick out Dimitri, unsuccessful. Chalachna Veera, Zarwan Johar can't pick out Dimitri once again. It's been a bit of a frustrating evening for Body Dimitri. Hasn't really got the service that he would have liked. Chaturanga Sanjeeva to Asmir. Tanushka Madhushankar goes for goal. Goes over the bar, but I'm sure the Navy coach won't mind that. Some positive intent shown by Navy to try and break the deadlock.
But pressure seems to be getting on to the nerves of these Navy players. The offensive game seems to be out of desperation rather than precise gameplay. As here's the skipper pushed off by Bodri Dimitri. Referee doesn't blow a whistle on that one, as Zarwan Johar delivers well. Colombo's front lines were not really keeping up to the pace.
Attempt from range from Fazal, forcing Udyanga Reginald into a save. Bounce just in front of him, which made it a bit tricky. But he would have been expected to make that save. And Dimitri trying to curl it in at the far post from a tight angle. Well outside the box. Just harmlessly balloons it over the bar. Tanushka Madhushankar tracking back to do his defensive duties, and he's won his team a free kick. He's a real up and down player. They are just fouled by the substitute Sata.
Danushka Madhushankar definitely giving his all in this game, playing both solid defensive as well as an offensive game. As a foul called on Nagur Mira. Colombo quick on the free kick.
Chalna Chamira's cross blocked, and the corner kick for Navy, but before that, another substitute coming up. And it's the substitute who's being substituted. Nirmal Vijayatunga taken off for Mohammad Shahil. Shahil has been one of Navy's key players this season. It'll be interesting to see how he impacts the game. He's a fast player, and maybe he will bring that attacking impetus that Navy require to break the deadlock.
If history has taught us anything, it's the deadly combination between Azmir and Shahil that has put Navy up on the boards. Bringing Shahil in at this stage will definitely create a different atmosphere to the game, as Colombo.
Navy really struggling to clear their lines, and Mohammad Fazal puts it wide from position he really should have scored from. It's again just Chalna Chamira hooking the second ball back in. Body Dimitri heading it down. Shazni with a shot, and Sata teeing up. Mohammad Fazal, who just couldn't steer his shot goalwards. Big let off for Navy. Can they make Colombo FC pay? Kavinda. Tanushka Madhushankar goes down rather easily, must be said, under tension from Chalna Chamira. Referee not buying the theatrics. Goal kick to Colombo FC. Here's Nagur Mira. Space on the outside, but Chalna Chamira has done well to defend, and Nagur Mira with lunge there on Bodri Dimitri. A nasty tackle there. Just out of frustration, lunging in on the Colombo FC frontman. Chaturanga Sanjeeva, Tanushka Madhushankar, Pereira, Navy patient in possession once again. Lovely interplay between Madhushankar and Shahil, but just doesn't pay off in the end. Good defensive tackle, as the tackles certainly are flying in now as both teams look to increase their tempo of play. Nagur Mira. Kavinda now gets it back from Chaturanga Sanjeeva. Ball just evading the control of Tanushka Madhushankar. Colombo FC get back in possession, but not for long. Sudarshan recovering. It's back with Chaturanga Sanjeeva now. Here come Navy. Meera has players left and right. Asmir blocked off by Charita Ratnayaka. Colombo FC have played an uncharacteristic amount of long balls tonight without much success. They're usually so good in the build-up play, picking the short passes, creating space. But Navy have really dominated the ground ball game today. Once again, great interplay between Chaturanga Sanjeeva and Kavinda, as Sanjeeva is taken out by Rami Mohideen. And Navy have a free kick, an opportunity to put in a testing ball into the box. Yes, Rami Mohideen certainly got none of the ball on that occasion.
Both Asmir and Shahil lining up for the free kick for Navy. Both players with a lot of experience. Solid footwork. They might be able to curl it in. And it'll be Shahil who takes the goal attempt. And right off the right end of the goal it moves. Imran unfazed at all by the strike by Shahil. Coming into the game a little later on, Shahil, not really sure he's moved into the game formation. Warming up slightly, because if history has taught us anything, Mohammad Shahil has been one for taking long ranges. Missing this one out is definitely not the nicest thing to see.
Akib has had a quiet first half, second half, I beg your pardon. Not really getting involved as Arvan Joha bounces into Pereira, concedes a free kick. Asmir had evaded the attention of the defense, but crucial touch from Satar diverts the ball into the hands of Imran. Here's Chaturanga Sanjeeva. Good run. Takes a range effort from range, but straight at Muhammad Imran, who bowls it out to Momasiapo. Colombo FC on their way once again. Fazal. Body Dimitri. Great touch, great control. Body Dimitri sets it up. But Navy defend. But they are still under the pump. It's cleared away only as far as Momasiapo, who lets fly. And high over the crossbar. Disappointing finish from Momasiapo. Body Dimitri did so well, and I thought he would have gone for goal himself, but following that the chance had gone. Some committed defending from Navy, it must be said. And Madhuranga Pereira certainly feeling the after effects of that block.
Reginald confidently moving the ball onto the Colombo's half. Fasal to Momus. And it's Zarwan Johar delivering it on to the right forward. Colombo this time being patient with their possession, something new to see. They usually go for one-touch passes.
Podri Dimitri there, diverting the cross goalwards. He got into a good area. As it was a good cross as well from Satar. Left by Akib for Dimitri. But to the younger Reginald, his positioning was spot on. Was able to make the save. Here's Zarwan trying to pick out Chalna Chamira, but once again committed defending from Navy prevents the former Navy man from getting on the edge of that pass. He's a versatile player, Chalna Chamira. Can play at right back or left back. Can also play further up the field. Pacey. And reads the game well. Here's Mohammad Asmir. Shahil is fouled on that occasion. Charita Ratnayaka barging into him. Not sure what he's arguing about. It was a clear foul. And it'll be Chaturanga Sanjeeva to put the ball into the box. Not the greatest of passes. Sarfanjo has taken that one quickly. Mohammad Fazal picks out Body Dimitri, but his first touch let him down slightly. Maybe get it clear. As far as Zarwan, Body Dimitri, good defending, and the ball played across the face of goal is gathered by Udyang Reginald. Colombo FC getting closer. Only that last ditch challenge from Subhash Madhushan prevented Body Dimitri from testing Reginald, as Navy have a player down. Ball is put out of play.
Subhash Madhushan has been an unsung hero throughout this season. National cap. This man leading the defense, saving very crucial offensive plays by their rivals. He is Subhash Madhushan. Injury leading to recovery of both players. Bit of time for them to shake things off and get back in the game. And it's Colombo this time kicking things off, using the left field to drive it in, as Yapo controls it, moves it to Zarwan Johar.
The younger Reginald found himself a long way away from goal. Not sure he really needed to come for that. Shazni can't get past Sudarshan. Corner kick, Colombo FC.
Colombo handing the ball over to the man who usually goes for their corners. It's Body Dimitri. His left foot, the same foot that is strapped up. Will this corner make a difference in the game? Still in the danger zone. Colombo well challenged by the Navy defense. That corner there and the previous corners did not cause any trouble at all to Reginald. And I guess they really did not have anything to fear with the injured Bodri's left leg.
Dead ball delivery has been poor from both teams this game up to this point. So Nalka Roshan, the man who tested Mohammad Imran early on, substituted.
Asmir and Madhusanga trying to create some coordinate play as it's flicked off by the Colombo defense, but not for long as Navy is on their stride once again. Colombo recover.
Easy decision for the referee as Fazal was clipped. Arvan Padi Dimitri, I beg your pardon, it's Fazal. Sata, his shot is spilled by Reginald and cleared away by Pereira. It was poor goalkeeping from the Navy man, a rare blemish. As Sata's shot spilled and Mohammad Akib just unable to poke it home.
We've seen rebounds of the same nature causing trouble to many other teams before. Reginald better figure out how to keep hold of the ball instead of letting it go. If Pereira had not been there to save that attempt, it could have been Colombo's game this evening. Once again on the run, it's Fazal through the left wing. Crossing to Zarwan Johar, Bodri, Zarwan. Navy defense clearing things off.
Fazal's cross cleared away. Nagur Mira taking the ball half the length of the pitch. Chalna Chamira dispossessed. Can see that both of these teams throughout these 80 minutes maybe slightly lacking in confidence given the recent results. Colombo FC, of course, just 2 points from their last 3 games. Navy Seahawks with 3 points as well. So it's just in terms of attacking wise, their confidence would have been dented. Also in terms of motivation, the chance of winning the Dialog Champions League has gone past both of them. As it's just for pride that they are playing this game. Of course, if Navy win this one and Blue Star draw, they will be level on points with Blue Star, but the direct encounter between the two teams ended in a 1-0 win for Blue Star, which would give them the championship. As Colombo FC win another corner kick. Mohammad Fazal goes across to take. This time an outswinger, as opposed to what we've seen for most of the game with Padi Dimitri delivering the in-swingers. No real difference in the quality of the dead ball though, as it's cleared away comfortably by Navy.
Colombo, of course, had their first taste of the Triforces as they faced the defenders in their previous match, which ended 2-1 points with the defenders picking up the win. Moving into this game, I expected Navy to bring almost equal power, but thus far Navy proving that wrong. Still any team's game thus far. As it will be Navy with possession. Madhushankar to the skipper. Trying to lead the offense through the left flank this time.
Free kick for Navy as Sudarshan is brought down just outside the area. Evaded one from Sata, but couldn't get out of the way. That tackle from Shazni. And it looks like he will need some medical attention. And in the meantime, Colombo FC removing the culprit for that, Hamad Shazni. And he is replaced by Buddhika Pereira. Navy with this free kick, what can they conjure up? It's low and straight into the hands of Mohammad Imran. Here come Colombo FC. Substitute. Picks out Zarwan. Great move, Colombo FC, and it's in. Bodri Dimitri adds to his tally this season, and it must be said it was a great piece of team play that resulted in this goal, and it's come in the final 10 minutes as Bodri Dimitri ends his Dialog Champions League on a high. Great pass by Fazal to pick out the forward in space in the 18-yard box, and the result was already confirmed that they would score. Colombo FC 1, Navy Seahawks 0. In the 85th minute, as Navy now have their work cut out for them. Even if they want to salvage a point, time is not in their favor. Asmir. Dispossessed cleanly by Momas Yapo. And it's a foul and a red card has been shown to Pereira. It was an elbow on Bodri Dimitri. Not tolerated by referee Dilan Pereira, who's not afraid to make the big decisions. And Navy will play the last 5 minutes with 10 men on the pitch. Perhaps out of frustration, but that's it for Pereira, who will walk off the pitch, leaving his teammates with a mountain to climb. Can see he didn't appreciate Bodri Dimitri crashing into him from behind and just lashed out at the Colombo FC forward. And what's worse is that Colombo FC have a free kick from a very good position to perhaps double their tally.
This man Zarwan Johar, seeing his matches from his Zairian years, a man that can nail free kicks from this range. Drives it in well, Zarwan Johar, putting up yet another goal on the boards for Colombo.
Udayanga Reginald well beaten by that free kick. It was low and towards the far post, curled it around the wall, and Reginald perhaps should be questioning his positioning off the ball on that occasion, as there's no way he should have been allowed to let that one in. Very well taken free kick, it must be said, from Zarwan Johar, who will also pick up a booking for his celebrations. But Colombo FC, surely that's the goal that seals all 3 points now, with Navy down to 10 men as well. So a needless foul on Bodri Dimitri, leading to that second goal. Colombo FC now have the opportunity to end their DCL campaign on a high. There could be more if Navy aren't careful. This time, however, referee ruling in favor of Navy. Things just not working out for Navy in offense. Just 2 minutes plus added time to go. Colombo FC certainly had to be patient this game. Took them till well into the game to open the scoring. But one has brought 2, and now playing against 10 men should comfortably see the game out.
Bringing in Zarwan Johar was probably the best decision Colombo made this evening. It was that man in at number 10 who delivered the pass to Fazal, which was finally put in by Bodri Dimitri, and later on the free kick awarded also taken by the very same man, Zarwan Johar. Certainly not the game Navy expected.
Yes, his time on the pitch has been brief, but his impact has certainly been felt, as another goal for Colombo FC and another assist for Zarwan Johar. This time it's Mohammad Fazal, who also will go into the big book after this celebration. But Colombo FC now cruising. It's hard to believe that just 5 minutes ago we were bracing ourselves for a 0-0 draw. But Colombo FC now well and truly in the box seat, 3-0 up. As that cross from the right from Zarwan Johar, expertly flicked home by the lethal marksman, was put in with good pace into a good area, and just a lovely touch from Mohammad Fazal in off the far post. Colombo FC 3, Navy Seahawks 0.
The first coordinated play by the trio definitely upped their confidence in the second half of the game. All 3 players, Bodri, Fazal as well as Zarwan Johar, bringing in their A game, as the skipper of Navy went in for a goal attempt, which is completely off target. Imran with a short pass to Yapo. Ball recovered by Navy from Bodri. And this time it's Subhash Madhushan on the run. Clearing it off for Azmir. Continuously challenged as a free kick is awarded, quickly taken by Asmir to Shahil. Yes, Navy moving things up as Asmir lines for possibly a goal kick. Bit of footwork as he's challenged by the Colombo defense.
Colombo look intent on maintaining their clean sheet. Their defense has been organized. Nagur Meera, Chaturanga Sanjeeva goes back to Meera, but he's clipped by Bodhi Dimitri. Navy perhaps with one final opportunity to get a consolation goal.
Looks like it will be Mohammad Shahil taking the free kick for Navy. Once again deflected by the wall. Fasal trying to avoid a corner for Navy. However, referee calls it and it will be Mohammad Shahil.
It's a terrible corner kick as Colombo FC surely now will just run down the clock for as much as possible. Or they may add to their tally of goals, but Subhash Madhushan comes across to prevent Bodhi Dimitri from bringing that ball under his control. And penalty kick given Colombo FC's way for handball. It's not getting any better for Navy Seahawks.
Goalkeeper of Navy, Reginald, letting out a sigh of sadness there. He seems to be expecting a force to be reckoned with on this strike.
It was Madhuranga Pereira who handled inside the area, and it's going to be Zarvan Johar to take this spot kick. Can he add to his tally? Is that? And he's dinked it home. Panenka as Colombo FC go 4-0 up. And referee Diran Pereira puts Navy out of their misery with the final whistle. Colombo FC emerging 4-0 winners in the penultimate game of the Dialog Champions League 2018. A cheeky penalty, if there ever was one, to wrap things off for Colombo FC, who in the last 10 minutes of the game were able to score 4 goals. It was a game where we really had to wait for goal-mouth action, but once it came in the 85th minute, it really didn't stop as a goal fest in the final 6 minutes. So Colombo end up with a handsome scoreline of 4-0 against Navy Seahawks. As we enjoy this aerial view of the pitch. It's a game where Navy were reduced to 10 men, it must be said, when they were 1-0 down. The resulting free kick was scored by Zarvan Johar, who really put in a high impact performance with 2 assists, with 1 assist and 2 goals, but was involved in all 4 goals. Colombo FC saying a big thank you for their fans. They weren't able to retain their Champions League title. They won it 3 years back to back. But a reminder that a new Dialog Champions League holder will be crowned in tonight's second kickoff between Blue Star and Army Defenders. But Colombo FC emerging winners in this game, the penultimate game of the Dialog Champions League 2018. Was a comprehensive win. A scoreline that rather flattered them. given that it was 0-0 at 80 minutes. As that concludes our coverage of the game between Navy Seahawks and Colombo FC. Colombo FC ultimately running out 4-0 wingers. We'll have a look at the highlights before, as Sarvan Johar there with that lovely flick down for Mohammad Fazal for Bodri Dimitri to score the first. And that goal really opened the floodgates for Colombo FC, as Sarvan Johar doubled the goal tally with that well taken free kick. It was a well placed free kick, as he then turned provider once again, this time crossing in from the byline for Mohammad Fazal, his teammate and good friend, to score before chipping home a penalty with the last kick of the game to seal a 4-0 win for Colombo FC. We'll have a look at the stats, which Dinit will take you through.
And as we've reached full time of the game, Colombo FC leading possession with 4 goals. Attempts also majority taken by Colombo with 14, as Seahawks stands at 9. However, in terms of the referee's pocket that was reached out, taking up 2 yellow cards is Colombo FC, and Navy Seahawks with just 1. But taking up a very crucial red card during the final few minutes of the game is Navy, as they were reduced down to 10 men, which definitely took a toll on their team.
Yes, that's it with the statistics. The floodlights now fully illuminating the stadium, as we will continue to bring you coverage of the Dialog Champions League 2018 with the final game, the title deciding game between Blue Star SC and Army Defenders, which will kick off at 8 PM. But for now, this is it from me, Ashwin Das and Dinit Senaratna. It's been a pleasure bringing you live and exclusive coverage of the Dialog Champions League on ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub.
Six Nations Rugby 2019. 50 matches, 6 action-packed weekends. 2nd February to 16th March, live and exclusive on Dialog Now, channel #1.